hitting me in my face right here, I can do that, and I feel it in my hand. It's they're attempting to do like a motion sickness sensation. They hit the eyeballs and the forehead with it, and they hit this area right here. They like to do that also when they project something that spins into my eyes. And usually they do that when whenever they do that, it's usually like when I'm trying to close my eyes and try to get to sleep after they've already like jabbed me and poked me and burned me and shocked me and caused all sorts of annoyances and pains and discomforts, and creates like a spinning sensation. And if you have any type of motion sickness, which I don't, it'd probably make you throw up. It's so disconcerting and so disorienting, even to me, who never gets motion sickness. I have to open my eyes and then I'll stop doing it, and I'll close my eyes and they'll do the spinning thing again. They don't always do the physical sensation with it, but they've been doing that more often lately without the spinning and also with the spinning visuals. But I can do that, and I feel it on my hand. They're saying do this for the YouTube thumbnail. So again, Dad, would you rather have me suffer and risk suicide, which most people would, which many people would have done already by now, or other avenues of self-help, or to push me closer and closer to that? Or would you rather have me safe, even if it's risking like getting killed by these motherfuckers? You're risking that anyway. So you choose the worst path in the world for me over everything else, all for a shittier timeline. Which, by the way, I never said to you, and you quoted me on that in a message to Sue, which they tried to make as a hint. And it's like, I couldn't think of it as a hint. But even then, it's like, can you imagine every second after saying that, oh, that means he believes me now, and he's looking into it, and that there's going to be a rescue soon. That was like, that was over a month ago. So like every second, like, oh, maybe there's a rescue coming now. Maybe there's a rescue coming now. Oh, in the next second. Maybe it's now. Maybe it'll happen now. Maybe it'll happen now. Maybe if I yell out loud and tell Dad how important it is, like, you were making the biggest mistake of your entire life continuously, no matter what you were doing. And there's no bit of information that I don't have that would ever make that a false statement. You have to do something now. You have to get me and Max out of here now. That's simply like a phone call to Rob and tell him drive him to a fucking airport. Get him on a goddamn plane with Max. Very easy to do. Don't wait to catch these people. And you don't believe me anyway. Again, you have not even considered, which is not normal for a logical thinking person, which I thought you were. Again, they can make you obsess over things like storage, and they can make you obsess over the goddamn fucking scooter. Those are the last things I'll ever hear or read from you, because I'm not opening that fucking card. You're a disgusting, horrible human being, and I will never think better of you than that, because you've allowed this to continue for 3 more years through 4 phases of suicide pushes by them, which 3 years ago and 2.5 years ago, that was before a suicide push. Phase 1, and that could have been something that someone would have killed themselves over anyway. So if you're looking into it at the same time, you should get me safe first. That should be your priority. I'm being physically and sexually assaulted every single day. You know when someone touches your penis. You know when someone touches your asshole. You know when someone touches your balls. And so they shock my asshole sometimes, either when I'm just sitting down having a cigarette, or when I'm on the toilet, or when I'm like wiping my ass. And then they're like, how shocking is that? A sexual touch? So you think that corresponds with a schizophrenia that, again, I don't have, because, again, I could not have even in a paranoid schizophrenic delusional state, even if I was given 100 guesses as to who had my stolen phone, I would have never guessed the guy in 301 had my stolen phone and hacked my Google account. I could not have even guessed that. I could not have even suspected that, even if I was in a paranoid delusional schizophrenic state. And that's just one of tens of thousands of examples that they do. Several like every single day. I don't have the power of premonition or sight beyond sight. I don't know what a license plate number is going to be before I come across it. Even when it's not even in my peripheral vision. And you can't read in your peripheral vision anyway. Not unless the letter's so big. I'm like, you can't read license plates in your peripheral vision. That is impossible. And it wasn't even in my peripheral vision. I can't read or guess sentences that are going to occur on the next page of a book that are on the other side of the page of a book that I've never read, of a sentence that's not like something that you could guess or that you could autocomplete with your brain. Oh, this is how it probably would end. I could not have even known that of the book that I was reading in jail. I could not have known of what the words were going to be on the next side of the page. Even if you were to give me $1 billion to guess it, I could not have ever guessed those words. And they read ahead. And they did it all the time anyway, but they chose that moment to be like the one breadcrumb, or the breadcrumb as they say, as an example to like provide to you and to others, and to see how far they can get, stretch this out, and how far they can get away with something, even when there's logical breadcrumbs, because they can gangstalk you and gangstalk other people. And again, when they gangstalk other people, they do it subliminally and subtly. Most victims don't know that they're victims, or don't know that there's a group of people behind it. And to think that you're not one of them is totally illogical. And they might not be on you anyway. That doesn't mean they're not on me. And just because Tim stood on my shoes for a few seconds, still exposing the back of my foot, the sides of my feet, the fronts of my feet, for a few seconds, and didn't feel something, just because I just wanted to try it out, doesn't discount the witnesses who have, and who felt them on other victims. And multiple victims and witnesses. And again, get out of your bigoted, ignorant, disgusting comment or a thought process of, well, they're just junkies or whatever. No, they're not. I don't think any of them were, even before they went into jail. And even if they were, you don't discount their testimony. And why would that make them lie? Oh, people that use drugs lie? And I don't even know if they use drugs. Like, they certainly weren't using in jail. And some of them had been in for months. None of them deserved to be there, just like me. And one of them was a victim going through everything that I was going through. The blatant announcements. Hearing them before you hear them, because they say it subliminally and then they say it again. That's not schizophrenia. I could not have, even in a paranoid, delusional, schizophrenic state, or even if I was given 100 of that, I would have never guessed that the guy in 301 had my stolen phone and hacked my Google account. He wasn't even the guy that stole my phone, who wasn't staying at that hotel, and I have no idea how he even knew that guy. Again, I may not be here any second. So if you do believe me, you have to get me out of here. If you don't believe me, you have to get me and Max out of here. Don't wait. I may not be here anymore. And do you think that you're going to sit there and think, oh, it was a good thing that I fucked with him over the scooter. It's a good thing and again, I wasn't doing that because I was like fiending for drugs. I did it because I almost broke my fucking teeth out of my goddamn head when I was riding it one time because I had groceries on it. I hit the brake. I wasn't even going that fast because it doesn't go that fast. And it stuck. It caught, and the groceries were on it. And it's top heavy. They fell forward, and I landed on the street, and it hit right here on my fucking chin. It's a goddamn. It's a miracle I didn't bust my chin open, and it's a miracle I didn't bust my fucking teeth out. And then the tire went flat on it or broke on it. And it wasn't something that could just just putting air in it didn't work. Yeah, I guess we could have got a new wheel. I didn't want to fucking ride it anymore. I almost threw it. I almost left it on the goddamn side of the road. I almost threw it in the goddamn dumpster. I don't care if you paid $400 or $500 on it. Who gives a shit? You're such a petty, disgusting, stupid bitch.